68 marks in JIGL. 68 marks in JIGL is a very good score. Very few students get. And in this paper, make sure that you are writing whatever is there in your book along with the extra knowledge which you have. So how do you do that? Let us see the answer script. In this series, we are analyzing answer script of many students. Today is the answer script of Anjali. Anjali has scored 68 marks in JIGL. It is not at all easy. It's a great presentation. As you watch this video, you'll understand the ways in which she has presented, the kind of points she has added, where she has stressed, and how to present the paper as a whole. Remember, don't think only presentation is important. Your knowledge is equally or more important. 80% importance is your knowledge, 20% is the presentation. So let us go into the answer script and see how it is possible. And we have seen Anjali, who has been a student right from CSCET, very dedicated, very hardworking. You can also see her success story just in case you want to know more about her. And she used to write every day. We used to give one day, one answer homework. She used to write it, part of the coaching and mentorship, and that is why she has scored this. Let us go and see how to score 68 in JIGL.
Let us see how Anjali has scored 66, actually 68 marks in JIGL. If you can see here, they have got 2 marks extra for rationalization. This is for rationalization. So this is basically when they correct the papers, they see the average marks, and then finally, if the average of all the papers corrected is less or more between different people who are correcting, they will add the marks where they feel the correction is strict. So in 66 is actually strict correction, and on the average they saw that people have got 2 marks extra in other papers. That is why 66 plus 2, 68 marks in JIGL, which is very high marks, especially for a student who is from BCom background or BBA background. Please remember that LLB students find JIGL easy, but for a BCom BBA student like Anjali who has got this, it's amazing. So let us see how Anjali has got 68 marks in JIGL, and by end of the video you will get many tips how you too can score. Let us see the first question. Explain the exceptions to the rule of strict liability under law of torts. So they are asking the exceptions to the rule, right? It's a 4 marks question, and Anjali has started by writing exceptions to the rule. What are the exceptions? And clearly mentioned initially what is the basics about strict liability, what is the concept of mens rea, guilty mind, and obviously the points. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So all the points has been written, and because actually it is a strict correction, they have given 3 marks, as you can see. So in 3 marks is very good, and if you see, more than 1 page, a little more than 1 page has been written. So very nice answer. The presentation is clear and all the points have been numbered. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's very well numbered. Explain the Hayden's rule. This is also 4 marks, obviously. Hayden's rule of interpretation of statutes. So first of all, see here, there is another name, mischief rule, that has been mentioned. And she has given very well, according to Hayden, statutes are brought into existence to eliminate an existing loophole or defect. So since she attended Ekcel Academy classes, she has written some very simple language. This is what we teach in the class also. And it's so happy to see that she has actually written that in the final examination by giving a very simple language and bringing out the meaning. She's bringing out the meaning of the particular concept. Then she goes on to give what are all the points. See here, 4 points, and also example is given, which is unbelievable. It's so great. And finally they have given 3 marks for that also. So, and see here, so nicely presented. Answer to question number 2 be continued. I had told this in the class. In our Ekcel Academy coaching also, I had mentioned that this has to be done, and she has done it, which is really great, and she has got the results relating to that. That is amazing and brilliant. We really have to appreciate. All these small things make a difference. To see how ratio decidency differs from obiter dicta. So this is again difference between, always write difference between in columns, and ideally you can add another column here, that is point of difference. Point of difference, that means how the concepts are different. So you can write 1, 2, 3, 4 and then topic number A and then topic number B. In our case, ratio decidency in obiter dicta is topic A and topic B. So how ratio decidency and this works has been clearly mentioned. So again, the points, she knew 3 points, so she has written 3 and she has actually got 3 marks, which is good, which is really very, very good. Next we go to question number 2D. Discuss the provision as to offences punishable under 2 or more enactments in General Clauses Act. See, again, what I really like is the presentation. Of course, her advantage when handwriting is good, but don't worry, your handwriting need not be good. Your handwriting has to be clear, that's all. You don't have to have a beautiful handwriting. In fact, my handwriting, I would say, is very bad. Of course, when I write in capital letters, it looks good, but when I write the answers, my handwriting is bad. But please make sure you write clearly and leave spaces, that is enough. So don't worry about your handwriting. And if you have a good handwriting like Anjali here, that is very advantageous, but that will not make a difference. So they have given a very nice thing. She has written about harmonious construction. Again, she has given an example. Why are examples important? See, 3 marks has been scored. Examples are important because the meaning comes out. The meaning of the concept will be clear in the example. And she has given the example along with the fine, how much it will be and what it is. So the concept is very clear for the student. So you will get marks. So that is how it is. Yes, the sovereign power of making. So this is a 5 marks question, which is question number 1 is usually 5 marks and they will give 4 questions. So that is a 20 marks thing. The sovereign power of making laws should be wielded not to guarantee the selfish desires of individuals, but consciously to secure the common good. So this is a statement, correct? For this statement, critically examine the statement of Bentham. So Bentham is the thinker, and how do we examine the statement? So she has given the sovereign power. So first she has given the statement. This is very, very good. So first you write the statement. Then she has given the points 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I would suggest is, instead of arrow marks, better you write 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my suggestion. It is easier for the person who is reading. Of course, she has done that in earlier answers. Over here, all that she has done. But maybe here she has forgotten. That's okay. So they're not going to cut the marks, but basically it looks better. And she has given the other circumstances also very, very clearly. And that is the final authority relating to secure peace and harmony. So that has been written and 3 marks has been scored out of 5. So 3 out of 5. So you don't, if you realize this, please remember that you don't have to score 5 out of 5, 4 out of 4, not really. See, for 100 marks paper, okay, let us say you score 3 out of 5 for all the answers, okay. Important is all the answer. If you score 3 out of 5 for all the answer, you are actually going to get 60 out of 100. So people think getting 60 is very difficult. Actually, it's not difficult. Don't you think you have enough knowledge and you can write to get 3 out of 5 marks? To get 2 or 2.5 out of 4 marks? I'm sure you can. But important is writing all the answers. That is going to give you 60 plus. Next question, which is again for 5 marks. Examine how far the essentials of federal polity is incorporated in Indian Constitution. This is the little tricky question. But since she knows about federal policy, she has given essentials of federal polity. So very, very good. So once we know what are the essentials, then we can tackle this answer. And she has given the essentials, then she's given the complete analysis. But since she did not know all the things, whatever she knows she has written and she has scored 2 out of 5. So that is why I always tell, whenever any answer is there, even if it's a tricky question, whatever you know, please write. What students do mistake is that they say, oh, I don't know this, and they don't even attempt. You should write whatever you know, because you can get 2 out of 5. Worst case, you can get 1 out of 5, which is also good to help you to get 60. Because there will be some questions where you will know very well. You may get 4 out of 4, you may get 4 out of 5, you may get 3 out of 4. So some questions like this, and some questions you get only 2 out of 5 like that. So together, when you add everything, you can score 60 plus marks in the law subjects. So please realize this and just see whatever she knows. She has not written any story. She has not written what she does not know. And don't try to bluff. People correcting are definitely experts. So don't try to write stories. Write whatever you know. You will get marks for what you have written. Next. A state in the Union of India made provisions for district-wise distribution of seats in state medical college on the basis of population of a district to the population of the state. Decide the validity of this classification. So this is a question relating to classification. So very nice. See, she has again written the statement, or she has written the facts, and she has written what is the problem before us. It's very important. This is what I call flow of answer. The flow of answer should be very, very simple, as though you're explaining to your friend. Then what is the issue? See, the presentation is so well. Then the solution. So nice. See, problem. Then what is the issue? Is the provision valid? And then what is the solution? So if you see this, it is very, very logical. For the person who is reading it, the presentation is logical. And when it is logical, it is easy for a person who is reading it. And she has given all the points very, very well. And most importantly, see the inference. The state cannot make a provision for district-wise distribution of seats, as it interferes with the equal opportunity given to the people to apply in the government educational institutions. This is a brilliant conclusion. And you can write conclusion, or you can write inference the way she has written, because it is connected to the question. So this question is relating to that. So we are discussing the validity mainly. So since it's discussing validity, she has written as an inference. It is very good. Creativity is very good, which is basically a conclusion. So this conclusion is amazing and very well presented. Actually, the person correcting has done strict corrections. Others would have given actually 4 out of 5. Anyway, she has got 2 marks extra for strict correction, maybe for something like this. So I hope you are understanding and how you can also score. So please do like this video. Please give a thumbs up. We are giving lot of support to you. Please give a thumbs up. This is the basic thing we are asking you. And many students like you have actually watched videos like this. Later they have joined Ekcel Academy coaching, because the results are guaranteed once you join. So you too can do it if you are interested. Discuss in brief the power of the court to try offences under Indian Penal Code and any other law laid down in criminal procedure. So what is the question mainly about? It is about power of the court. Correct? What is the power of the court is the question. Amazing question. It's a 5 marks question. So for 5 marks question, she has written first, what is power of the court? So directly get to the point. Directly get to the point. Don't write too much. See, it is good to write like 1 line introduction. That is okay. Where it is required, not for every answer. Some answers, you should write 1 line introduction. For others, something like this, because the question is very direct. Powers, directly get to the point. Directly to the point. So what is power of the court? She has given, mentioned CRPC 1973, and jurisdiction. See, it may be a small thing. She has put 3 arrows like this and written, but look at the clarity. Just imagine if you are correcting the paper. Obviously this looks so good, right? So these are the things. Then original jurisdiction is explained. Then subject matter jurisdiction is explained. And finally, see again, answer to question number 1, continued. Very, very important presentation tip this is. I keep telling this in our Ekcel Academy coaching classes, in YouTube video, everywhere. But students don't do it. And students who do it, we are going to write well. And she has written the other points also. So actually this is little strict correction. She has got only 2 marks. Actually they had first given 3 and they've cut it and they've given 2 marks. So this is little strict correction, but the presentation is good, answer is good. Somebody else would have given 3 or 4, but anyway, she has scored 68, no problem. Next, difference between declaratory and persuasive precedent. So I hope you are getting the picture. So first thing is, again, though it's a difference between question, she has written one short introduction. This is what I was telling you in the previous one. She has written an introduction. That means what are precedents? Precedents are basically source of statutes, and they help in interpretation of the cases. Very, very simple language. Just look at it. Students feel, sir, should I write what is there in the book, same language? Should I by heart? Please, why? End of the day, you should make the person reading understand what you have written. So use simple English. Present it in short sentences. Don't make long sentences. Short sentences, simple English. Make it simple. Have a very, very logical flow. So introduction she has written. Then she has given declaratory and persuasive precedent. What are the differences? And this happens to be a 4 marks question, and all the points are good. So she has got 3 out of 4 marks. Very, very good. And this is a lot of creativity in this part, which I really appreciate. And she is following all the things she has learnt in the coaching classes. Explain any 4 powers of NCLT with regard to inspection, inquiry, and investigation. So question is very, very direct. They are asking you 4 powers. Whose powers? Powers of NCLT. And what? Not general powers. Relating to what? Inspection, inquiry, investigation. This is the powers which they are asking. So she has come to that directly, and she has written the powers. Again, see here, very well presented, and all the powers are correct. So she has actually scored 4 out of 4. So this is a 4 marks question. As you can see, she has scored 4 out of 4 in this particular question, because the answer is correct. 4 powers are there. So whenever they ask this 4, 5 like that, if you write it, no, they're going to give you marks, because there is no way they can cut the marks, because question itself says 4 powers. You written the 4 powers and you are giving the explanation, they have to give you the marks. Very, very good answer. Next, conditional order for removal of nuisance issued by executive magistrate under CRPC. So this is another thing which she had not having full information, but she has written whatever she knows. She has written little, but see, she has got 2 out of 4. See, this is very, very important for you to understand. I repeat, write what you know. Don't write what you don't know. Whatever you know and whatever is correct, please write it. Okay? This is very, very important. Please don't get confused. Whatever you know, you will get marks. Liability of network service providers. So again, a very, very direct question. You can't write stories. Okay? So what are the liability for network service providers, which we study in the Information Technology Act. So that also she has given all the points, and she has got 3 out of 4. So we don't have time to read every answer, but I'm mainly making you understand what is the presentation techniques, how you should write, and most importantly, you need to have the right flow, you need to have the right logic, you need to write in simple English, simple language. So these are the things which you need to observe, and that is going to give you the marks. Next, state the acts for which Public Information Officer may be punished under Right to Information Act. So again, she has given a nice introduction. Who is a PIO? Correct? Very, very nice. 1 line introduction. 1 line introduction is amazing, because what is that concept? Your writing is in 1 line. That is the first introduction. Excellent. Then when they are punishable. So what are the circumstances in which they are punishable? She has written again, she's not written stories, directly to the point, very well presented. You don't have to write stories. and you can score 3 out of 4. Next, it is the substance of the transaction as contained in instrument that determines the stamp duty. So again, a statement has been given and we have to elucidate this statement. So we have to explain the statement with justification, with reasons which is supporting our statement. So again, she has written all the points extremely well, and better thing is example. The example makes the concept very clear. This is something you should consider, and for that, most important is your knowledge of subject. Knowledge is most important. So presentation, I'm telling you, is 10% importance. 90% is always knowledge of the subject. Knowledge of the subject is most important, and to have the best knowledge you have to prepare well, and to prepare well you need to join any good coaching. It's not only about Excel, whatever you like, but please have good preparation, work hard, you will get the results. And see this very good example, and you're scoring the marks 3 out of 4. When lease of immovable property is compulsorily registrable, so when should you register? She didn't know the answer, but she's written what she knows. Correct? What are the circumstances? If value of immovable property exceeds, if lease is undertaken for a period greater than 12 months, she knew only that much, and she has got 1 mark. See, that is why write whatever you know, they will give marks. They will give marks. As you can see in this paper, she has got even 4 out of 4, 3 out of 5, correct? 4 out of 5, 1 out of 4, 2 out of 5. When you add all this, you can get 60 plus. So it is not as difficult as you think. All my friends who are watching it, don't break your head so much. It's not so difficult as you think. Just prepare well, give time for preparation. You can score 60 plus. It is not so difficult. State the types of information other than exempted information in section 8 under the Right to Information Act. So again, it is a 4 marks question, and she has given a line which requires the introduction. Then she has given the points, and she has got 3 out of 4. Very good. So if you see here, see 3, 3, 1 and 3. So totally she has got 10 out of 16, which is very good, which is excellent. That is enough for you to get 60 plus. Now this is a very big question, because it is a 8 marks question. Critically examine. When they say critically examine, you have to write in detail. It is not just write the answer, state, give the 4 reasons. No, they are telling critically examine means show your entire knowledge about applicability of the liability rule in the torts applied in cases of enterprises engaged in hazardous industry. Hazardous industry like chemical factories, all these kind of industries, right? See again, beautiful presentation. What is the issue? Application of liability rule in case of hazardous industry. This is, I'm telling you, it is purely hard work of the student. Just see how beautifully she has written. We have to appreciate students who are working hard, and great job by Anjali. So solution she has given. What is the issue? Then she has given the solution. And she has also written here, see, however, despite all the due diligence adopted, prevent damage is caused. Sometimes it happens. That time what we have to do? And then she has given criminal liability compensation. Then she has given a conclusion. So when you look at this, right, over here, damages are caused despite the diligence. So she has written everything, it is correct. She has got 6 out of 8. So this is what we call as a quality answer. High quality, you will get marks. Same way, this is another 8 marks question. Fundamental duties in Article 51A. Discuss. They are not saying state. They are not saying list out. They are not asking you the list. They are asking you discuss the fundamental duties. Can it be enforced through writs? So there are 2 questions over here. Correct? So fundamental duties. So first she is giving the fundamental duties, very well done. Then she has given cannot be enforced through writs. See, even the word writs she has written in capital letter, important word, no? So important words you can write in capital letters like this. Very well done, very well done. And then she has written a nice conclusion. However, fundamental duties are the responsibilities of the citizens that they must follow willingly. See the word, wonderful word. Means nobody should be forced. You should have that love for your country and you should follow it. And cannot be imposed forcefully. Beautiful sentence and very simple English. See, again I'm telling, such simple English. People like to read simple English. Don't write complicated by-hearting. It's really stupid. You are spoiling your life by by-hearting. Write whatever you understand in your own language. Don't worry. Nobody is studied in Oxford or England to have some amazing English. Whatever English you know, of course you can improve your English, but at least write in your own words. Okay? This cannot be enforced. So again, 6 marks. See, when you write the answer properly, you'll get. So if you see here, 6 plus 6. So this is amazing. 12 out of 16. Excellent marks. 12 out of 16 is excellent marks. Very good. Next, again we come to confession differs. How is the difference between they're asking? So again, in difference between columns are so important. Writing in columns. So you're writing confession, you're writing admission. Then you're writing how are they different? All the points very well presented. 3 out of 4. Form and contents of an arbitral award. So what is arbitral award? In Arbitration Act we have. So what are the form and contents? So what is the written order? Then what are the 3 points? Then what are the things that it contains? Name of the arbitrators, name of the parties, the dispute, then the judgment or order passed by the arbitration. Yes. Place of arbitration, signatures of the parties. So again, very, very well presented, and it is written in points. Whenever it is written in points, it is easy to read. Don't you think so? If you are also reading, it is so easy to read. So then finally, she has written all the things really very well, and she has scored 3 out of 4 for this particular question. Please remember friends, 3 out of 4 is actually 75% of the marks. Right? 3 out of 5 is actually 60% of the marks. So it is not so difficult. And maybe in some question you got only 1 out of 4, which is 25% of the mark. So when you add up everything, the average is something very good for you. You can score 60 plus marks. It is not as difficult as you think. Our Ekcel Academy students are doing. So why can't you do it? You just have to follow the right approach, study very hard, like Anjali has done over here, and take the right guidance and right mentorship, understand the concept in depth, you can do well. Which cases are related to property that can be instituted in section number 16 of Civil Procedure Code, and the limitations if any. So there are 2 parts. So she did not know. She wrote only 3 points. Sale of property without consent of owner, sale transfer of property under coercion, and misuse of trust. So this is again happens to be a 4 marks question. She has written only what she knows, nothing more, but she has got 1 mark. As you can see, she has got 1 out of 4. That is good. As I told you, it works in averages. Some answers you know very well, some answers you don't know, but write for 100 marks. Write for 100 marks. It is very, very important, because even if you get 1 out of 4, 2 out of 5 in some answers, it adds up, it helps you. Like that, you're going to get 10 to 15 marks. And some answers you'll know well. There you can get 4 out of 4, 4 out of 5. Correct? That you're going to get 40 to 45 marks. So that's this plus this is definitely going to be 60 plus marks. So please analyze this, have a look at it. Don't have a negative attitude. You can definitely do it. Next. Physical and psychological fact with suitable examples in Indian Evidence Act. So here again very, very well written. What are the evidences? Physical, then psychological facts. She has given very well. Amazing presentation. 3 out of 4. So totally again 10 out of 16 for the main question, which is brilliant. And all this together, when you add up, see the beautiful presentation. When you add up, she has got 66 out of 100. And because of rationalization, that is strict corrections in other papers, the person who has corrected her paper is actually a little strict. So when they took the average, she's going to get extra 2 marks. So for rationalization, you can get marks. So ICSI correction is very, very fair. All the students who tell that ICSI correction is wrong, they don't know anything. They have not studied. That's all I can tell. When you study, when you write, you will get marks. It is never going to be cheating for the students. It is a very, very fair correction. And this is how you can get 68 marks in JIGL. This is an amazing example. We'd like to thank Anjali for sharing this paper. Yes, she was one of the most serious students even when she came for the coaching. And we really appreciate her and wish her the best. And she will do well and become a company secretary. You too can do it. You too can do it. Don't think it is impossible. You can do it, and we are there to support you. So till then, please like this video. Please subscribe to our channel. And for more such videos, ensure that you share it with your friends. Thank you and all the best to you for your CS exams. And for anything related to CS, we are there to help you. Whether it is YouTube, whether it is coaching, we are there for you. You can be a CS. Yes, you can.